It's rap packed to my pulse flat. We keep it real, no false rap. I got 4 cars and they all black. Got 4 bras and they all that. We call that ballin'. Doing this is my calling. Flow is so appalling. My phone off and she calling. I'm like, yeah, what it do? Penthouse, man, what a view. Fall back cause I'm coming through with my whole team. They coming too, that's real.
That may have been the worst wheelie I've ever done. Like, it held itself up, don't get me wrong, but that was all over the place.
You stupid fucking slut. I seen you sleeping with my best friend Jimmy last night, and I am going to fucking anally destroy your fucking wife, bitch.
So as you can tell, things may be looking a little bit different on the road. I finally got my South Dakota plate for the 450X, and yeah, we're technically quote-unquote street legal, so I'm able to finally ride her on the road. I'm pretty excited. I got a license plate mounted up, the license plate on the back. I'm going right now to get a brake light. I'm gonna wire up a brake light, and that's probably gonna be it for her until it comes time to get the California plate, until it comes time to flip her. So now we're finally able to take her on the roads. We could go up in the hills, we could go on some fucking legal ass roads that cars could go on. So I'm pretty excited to be able to finally ride her on the street, and now I could actually like compare her to my WR450 and really see which one I like better now that I'm able to ride both on the street. The only thing though is the gloves definitely no match. The gloves look a little weird on the red. I even went out and wore my red shirt today. I was like, yeah, we're fucking blood today, bitches. And then I threw on the blue gloves and I was like, yeah, this does not really flow. Or maybe I'm just like a moving American flag. Fucking America.
Back to back, undefeated World War champs. So take a cup, raise it up for my Uncle Sam.
Two things I've noticed so far. It's gonna be like also my first review on this 450X, and some things I would change if I was personally keeping this bike is the sprocket. It's a 51 tooth brack sprocket, and I'm sure that's stock, or I'm sure it came with a 50. It's fucking terrible. Once you hit like 50 miles per hour, it's game over. And that's one thing I don't like so far about riding this bike, is that back sprocket. I don't like how it doesn't come stock with the speedometer. I don't like how it just has this mileage counter. Again, I know you could buy like Trail Tex, and I know you could buy shit aftermarket to do that. But again, if you look at that compared to the WR comes with something that already has that gauges up there. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing is I definitely got to go tighten the chain on the bike. The chain's a little loose. Again, this is like my first time riding it actually on the streets. So I'm like starting to notice these little things. But yeah, man, for the most part, she seems to be pretty solid. Oh yeah, and I don't like the full-blown dirt knobbies on the bike. On the WR, I got the dual sport tires. On this thing, I got full-blown off-road knobbies. Terrible on the street. The bike has fantastic power though, I will say that. I mean, it's like the WR I have. The dude who bought it in California, you have a bunch of smog shit that's on the bike when you buy it. It's just California. If you live outside of California, you don't got to deal with this, but it's so ridiculous. But he took it all off. He put like smog kit on it or whatever it is. I'm not even exactly sure what it is, but this thing's got some pep in its step for sure. I mean, I know it's a 51 tooth sprocket, but even for that, I mean, it gets up and goes. And I know it's a 450, but I've ridden 450s that didn't have the power it should, and it just feels really, really good. And if I was keeping the bike, if I was actually gonna make this my bike, give me 500 bucks and I can make this thing an absolute machine. The chain slap though is killing me on this bike right now. I can't wait to go somewhere and just tighten the chain up a little bit. It's so easy to do, but like I said, I just noticed it. I just hear it when I'm riding, like this slight, just consistent rattle, and I'm like, oh man, this shit is so annoying. Sounds like a little fucking rattlesnake tail just going off when I'm riding. Actually, now that I'm on the red, I'm gonna make that like the question of the video. Do you guys, are you team Yamaha or are you team Honda? What is your preference? Well, boys and girls, we got the brake light hooked up. I can't necessarily show it. I went over to my dad's house, we got a brake light, wired her all up. So now she's a tad bit more legal, on the legal side. That way when a cop sees me and he's like, I want to pull this guy over, you could check one thing off the list that I will get a ticket for. So we do have a brake light. Probably not gonna hook up blinkers, to be honest. I just don't want to do it, and it's so cheap to do that I'll let the next person who gets the bike do it. I I just don't want to do it. That's the biggest thing. Is I don't know if it's a lazy factor or just a I would rather have somebody else put up with it, and I don't want to mess with wiring and shit. So we got a brake light. I mean, that's pretty good. Oh, what's up, dog? What's up, dude? We got a race? You want a race, dog? I win. The one thing I could say about this CRF is the seat is definitely a lot better on this bike than the WR. I mean, at least my asshole isn't gonna look like ground beef by the time I'm done riding this bike, because man, the WR, it's just like, dude, it like literally rapes my asshole. Like, I feel like I just starred in a porno on Pornhub and just got gangbanged by like 15 dudes. This bike, I'm down to like 3 dudes, so it's a little better. I mean, if you're into that shit, man, hey, you do you, but the less booty hole raping, the better, in my opinion. You know, I thought it'd be a good time to take her off road for a minute. Since this is like one of her first rides, we at least got to ride her how she's supposed to be ridden. Ride her in the dirt, not just street, because, you know, that could get a little boring. Now, while I'm back here, I might as well try to hit a couple tabletops. I have no idea how she's gonna perform on the jumps. I don't even know if the suspension is any good at all. It might be too soft for this kind of shit. This dude just did desert riding, but there's kind of only one way to find out. And with the sun glaring in my fucking eye holes, especially going towards the jump, this could end bad. Ooh, I'm a little scared. All right, let's just go for it. Oh, that was scary. I like pushed out on the first one. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go for it. See, this is the scary one out of them all. Oh, baby. All right. Let's get the fuck out of here. It's better to leave now before I get hurt. Or better yet, actually the bike. I would rather the bike stay in one piece, because I'm trying to sell this thing and like get money out of it, not go out there and break something and have to put money into the bike. So I gotta be careful on what I do with her. I don't want to invest any more money into her than I have to. Man, I gotta pee like a racehorse. Holy moly. Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. Can't get the 1.5 inch PP in the shot. The fans will be disappointed. This is actually a fantastic time for a photo op. All right, bike, get me home, because I'm gonna be calling that a moto vlog. And I need to, how the fuck do I get out of here? Got like fences that just randomly end right here. Like, oh wow, that really did a lot for you. But thank you guys so much, man, for tuning in to yet another moto vlog. It was fun to come out here on this bike and do one. Although I'm not a huge fan of her on the street with a sprocket that's on this bike, it's doable. So if you guys ever want to see some more moto vlogs on the new 450X, let me know down below in the comments, because until the day I get rid of her, I could 100% put videos out on her. Again, I just want to do something that I break something, but you know, whatever, it's not going to stop me. So if you guys want to see more videos on the 450X, let me know down in the comments. I'll gladly post some more videos on her. I'm down to mix it up. I mean, it's not a huge mix. It's still a dual sport. It does the same thing as the WR450. You just like one or another. I mean, they're both the same thing. It's not like I'm riding a crotch rocket and then the other one I'm riding a dual sport. They're pretty much the same bike, but I don't give a fuck. If you want to see some red in a video, I can do that for you. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that video, please drop it a like down below. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. With that being said, that is VroomVroomDana. That is the Pussy Squad. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Deuces, my friends.
This is the anthem. Told the world I need everything and some. Yeah, 2 girls, that's a tandem. She gon' do it all for me when them bands come. Got it all, yeah, I'm young, rich, and handsome.